Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Do you like mayonnaise on your chicken sandwiches?
Yeah, I do.
See, this is why we're married. I love you.
I love you too.
So, my wife has a beautiful gift from God. And goodness gracious, I've told her so many times to use it. But she has a gift where she gets prophetic dreams.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not wrong.
And you just recently had a really, really amazing prophetic dream. And I've told you to share all of them, but this one, I was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm taking the lead. You're sharing it.
Yeah, which is understandable. And sorry, y'all, we're making an audio because we're doing some business, but...
That sounds weird. We're door dashing.
We're we're door dashing.
It makes it sound like mafia bosses.
No. We're doing our door dashing business. But, my dreams, God has been giving me dreams ever since,
the past, 5 months, ever since we really got married.
Well, yeah, even when I was saved, he was giving me dreams. And these dreams were I don't think I can really recall having dreams when I was not saved, but because obviously I was in the world. But in that time when I was saved, God really used me with giving me warnings about family, or warning for other certain things, or just
or prophetic visions, or
the prophetic visions did not come until we got married. And then that's when they started coming more. Okay. Which is crazy because it's God's boom. And so he's let me...
Prophetic vision time!
He's let me just slide this in. And he did. And so this dream that I recently had, last night, was
and I want you to go in depth. I want you to just fully break it down the best you can.
Yeah, this dream was a really, really good dream. And it really humbled me. And, it really softened... not softened. It really just... It made me feel at peace. And
which is awesome.
Yeah. Hold on. I need to
She's got to do her thing. She's basically spitting a loogie outside because she's nasty.
Okay. That's TMI. But anyways.
Yeah, I ratted you out.
No, so okay, this dream that I had.
What first of all, what was your dream about?
I believe that it was about the tribulation and being raptured. And so because me, I'm not, how would I say that? I'm not very educated on the tribulation or rapture wise. I haven't gotten to reading Revelation as much, but my husband has, and he has read it at least 5 times by now.
Well, I've listened to it. Yeah, I've read a lot of it, but I've listened to it through 5 times. Yeah, and so me, I have not. And so to say this dream is crazy to even come to me, or the God to give to me, because I'm Lord, I haven't read this yet. But anyways, in my dream, I was at my mall, my mall in my town, in my city, in the Northtown. Yeah, Northtown, Spokane. So I was at the mall, and I was with these I was driving, and I saw a crash. And what type of crash? A car crash?
Yeah, a car crash. And I saw one of these people that I knew, and I went up to them, and they were crying. They were crying because one of their friends died.
Oh, wow.
And it basically talked about how she died. I guess she hit her jaw and she broke it or something. It was weird. She died. And the people in the car with her didn't, though. They didn't die in the car except her. And for some reason, they started to switch into these demonic things. They started to put on these costumes and act very weird. And then I separated from them, and I tried to go in my dreams are kind of weird. I was trying to find a random car to go into. And so I went into this random car that was a van, and it was really slow, a minivan. I think it was a Toyota. But I went into it, and I saw these leaves, these leaves in the sky going down. And it's you had to roll up your windows because you couldn't breathe the air. You couldn't even breathe the air. If you did, you would die. It made me think of Bird Box for some reason. But it's that was different because you couldn't see. But this time, you couldn't breathe. because there was something in the air. And so I was driving, and then I finally got out of the car, and I don't recall if I was like breathing the air or if I was covering my mouth. I think I was covering my mouth, and I went into a different car that was way quicker. Or actually, no, hold up, let me back that up. Before I did that, anyways, when I went into this like area in the school, and I saw this newsman, and he was saying something. He was talking about the tribulation. Like, he was talking about the Antichrist, and it was crazy. He was just saying what is happening, and which was really weird. He was talking about, because I was like, what? And so he was talking about that, and I left, and I went to go get in the car, and I was psyched out, and the feeling felt uneasy. It felt so uneasy. It felt like legit, like, and remind you, the Antichrist hasn't even came out yet in this time. It was just like
in your dream, the Antichrist was not revealed yet?
Yeah, it wasn't. And so it was starting to get really weird, and I started to call my husband while driving, and I said, to make sure, because like in my dream I was like, did he get raptured? And I didn't. I was like, am I stuck here? And so in my dream, I called him, and he answered, and so he didn't get raptured, and I was like really happy about that. It made me feel at ease. And then I we were talking, and I guess like it's kind of weird, he was already in the car with me. I think I picked him up already, and we were in the car talking. We're like, and I was like, did the rapture already happen? And then boom, in the blink of an eye, we were raptured, and I was in this like this place that had like this place that had how do I say that? Hold on. This place that had like oceans, like it was the beautiful, like,
you said you described it kind of like Hawaii?
Yeah, it was like kind of like Hawaii. It was so beautiful. And I would see like one side have mountains and an ocean, then the other side would have like.
And how did you describe the ocean?
Like it was like
crystal clear, like you could see to the bottom of it?
Yeah, it was so beautiful. And then on the other side there was like nothing. Like it was like the flat lands?
Yeah, just like open land.
Like yeah. On that side. Then we were driving, I saw cars.
And yeah.
Anyways, we were driving, and this lady who was in this like hut thing, and I was like, she was
offering you coffee.
Yeah, she was offering us coffee. She made us coffee, and then in my dream I was like, "Where's Jesus?" And then I woke up. And
I remember asking you, were the colors very vibrant when you were in heaven?
Yeah.
And you said that it was like HD.
Yeah, it was like a glimpse of something that I've never, like, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful and amazing, and it was like, wow, like it just was the most beautiful thing ever, and it was crazy. And so to be able to experience that was just amazing.
And now you feel like you're not, because I feel like before, and I hope this is, I want to be vulnerable, but I feel like before you knew about the rapture, you wanted the Lord to come, you wanted to go to heaven, and you wanted to be, you wanted all these things to happen, but I feel like you weren't necessarily watching like God wanted you to. You weren't necessarily excited and hopeful and looking forward to it every single day. And I feel like this dream kind of instilled that hope in you to where you're like, I'm so excited now, Yeah,
well, because like thinking of the rapture to me was like I never had an understanding of what was going to happen in the tribulation or the rapture. Like I knew a little bit about it, I didn't know much. I knew like growing up, like my grandma, how she would tell us, she's like, oh yeah, God will rapture his church and then we'll be in heaven. Just the basic stuff. But I never got in depth of like the experience in like knowing how everything's. I never knew about the millennial
year reign.
Yeah, I never knew about that. The Armageddon, or not the
Armageddon. War of Armageddon.
Yeah, I never knew about any of that. So like all of that was new to me, and so it's like to know that God showed me this dream as just to let people know, like, hey, tribulation, it's not going to be fun at all. Not at all. It's going to be hell. It's going to feel like hell.
Literally hell on earth.
Yeah, and that's what it felt like. But to feel the feeling of just being...
The transformation, the twinkling of an eye, and being in heaven like that.
And it's so funny. In my dream, I was like, I felt different. And so, yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
Bye.